Honor System Explained. Devstream. Alright everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Center Beacon. This episode is my cut of the dev stream that I did with Tofsla, who is the War Robots community manager. I did this on April 10th, just a few nights ago. We played some games, but mostly we discussed the new honor system, and Tofsla gives a pretty detailed explanation of it, and you can see that in my cut of the live stream. But I also wanted to include some additional thoughts that came to me after I did the live stream. I also have all of my suggestions that I basically sent to them regarding the new honor system. I'm going to list my feedback here in this video at the beginning just so you guys can kind of see what I sent to them. Before I get into that though, I just wanted to apologize for the audio coming up during the live stream. Somebody's honking their horn at me. I was on an audio call with Tofsla, and my audio is kind of staticky, kind of crappy. I tried to clean it up. I did the best I could. I apologize for that in advance. The second caveat I have is that towards the end of the video, basically the second half of the live stream, I basically quit playing. I was just hanging out in the hangar and letting Tofsla kind of explain some things and get into some of the upcoming features that they're getting ready to drop for War Robots. And I wasn't playing, so instead of just you watching my boring hangar, I'm just going to include some gameplay footage at the end there that's unrelated to the dev stream, but it's better than staring at my hangar. Okay, so just going to talk about my feedback that I sent to the devs regarding the new honor system and primarily concerning silver payouts. Some of these I mentioned during the live stream, and some of them I came up with afterwards as I kind of thought about what we had discussed. The first one had to do with increasing the silver that you get in your little crates. So whether you're getting the master crate or your champion crate or whatever it is, I thought maybe they could bump up the silver somewhat in those to help compensate for some of the lower payouts that we're primarily seeing in Champion League. Another idea I had was to increase the VIP bonus. I kind of feel like if you're actually ponying up to pay for basically what amounts to a monthly subscription, you should probably be getting a more significant silver bonus as a result. Just an idea, doesn't necessarily have to happen, but I thought it could be something that would be nice and at least make VIP maybe more appealing than what it currently is under this new system. The third thing that I had that I don't think I mentioned during the live stream was increasing the payout for supply drops. The way I look at supply drops, it's basically you're earning the tier that you're at through your play, whether you're in Master, Champion, whatever it is. It's kind of like a paycheck. So I feel like if you've worked yourself all the way up to Master or Champion or whatever league it is, you should be getting a little bit more compensation now that the way Honor and Silver are so closely tied together in matches. You might be deserving a little bit more silver than what we're currently seeing. And I think it'd be a quick and easy fix to just bump that up. So like at Champion League, you get 500,000 silver, I think, in your supply drop. Maybe make it 1 million. So that way, just each day you log in, a little bit more of a bonus there might help with some of the upgrading and leveling expenses. The fourth thing that I thought of after really kind of spending some more time with the system is basically redistributing the honor that you are earning from kills and kill streaks. The kill streaks thing is critical because I feel like it's a little bit too heavily weighted for activities in the game that are often like, it's basically like you'll deal all the damage and then somebody else gets the kill because they touched the guy last type thing. I feel like the honor points are too heavily rewarding kills and kill streaks, those unbroken strings, kill, double, triple, godlike, all that kind of stuff. A lot of times that has to do with connectivity, maybe even the type of weapon you were using. You worked on a target, you crushed the thing's health, maybe even, you spent a couple of minutes working on something, somebody zips in and steals it. That's not really fair in my opinion, that they then get this, like, what seems like, at least anecdotally, it seems like a huge bonus. It seems like it's playing way too large of a factor in who's getting the most honor at the end of the match. So I'd like to see that honor from kills and kill streaks redistributed into beacon captures, which I feel are ultimately more tactically advantageous in the modes. They're more beneficial to your team, I should say, in the modes that feature beacons. And I would also like to see liberated beacons also weighted more heavily. A liberated beacon should be worth more than just a captured beacon, significantly more so in my opinion. Then the fifth thing I came up with was a bit of a hypothetical. I don't know if this would be too hard to engineer into the game at this point. Some metric to basically measure beacon defense. As I explained to Tofsla in the Devstream, sometimes in the Champion League level of play, games are very different than maybe what you would see in a lower tier game or a game just full of randoms. High level Champion League play, you have squads and clans that run together consistently. This is all they do. They're fully maxed, and matches often come down to a matter of inches, capping or not capping a beacon, and seconds of holding one long enough, or whatever mode you're playing. Inches and seconds decide these games. Oftentimes the margin of victory is very, very small. So if there could be some method for measuring beacon defense, perhaps the amount of time that a defender is on a capped beacon, and maybe measuring the proximity of, say, like red team players, there's got to be something where they could sort of get an idea, an inkling that, hey, this guy wasn't just lazy and only got one beacon the whole game. His job was to defend the home spawn beacon the entire match. And sometimes that's in squad, that's all I do is okay, I got home, and then you just lock that down. You keep the enemy from taking it, which frees up your teammates to do their job. Because oftentimes in high level play, you sort of assign tasks. People sort of step into certain roles, and that's your role for the entire match. It doesn't mean you didn't play. It doesn't mean you didn't do a lot to help your team. It doesn't mean you didn't earn a bunch of honor. You just had a different function. And without that function in place, your team would not have been successful. So I feel like they could take a look at that, possibly. I don't know. Maybe that's too complex, but it's something I'd like to see. Okay, that's it for me here on this part of the video. Just a couple of bonus thoughts that I had there. Let me know what you think in the comments, and now I'll let you get to the actual dev stream in case you missed it. You can watch the whole thing, fast forward, whatever. I'm just putting it up here so you guys have access to it in case you missed it. There really was a lot of good information in there, and we had a pretty good time.
And we're live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's dev stream. And today we are going to discuss lots of great or not so great news. I hope there will be great, because there's a lot of stuff to discuss. There's a lot of stuff to show, and actually not too much stuff to show, because today we're going to mostly discuss some things that we want to discuss. Maybe drop some news occasionally here and there, and play some games. And also we're going to talk and have a great talk with our today's special guest. Who is our today's special guest? I think if you've seen this dev stream's description, you know who it is. It's Warlock from the Incencer Beacon. Warlock, hello.
Yeah, what's up, buddy? I'm awesome. Good as can be, given, global circumstances. I hope everybody out there is doing really well, and excited to be here.
Great to have you here. You wanted to do some shout-outs?
Oh, yeah. So I'm overseas, so the wife and kids are at home. I think they're watching, so I just wanted to say hi to my wife and my kids. I love you guys, and hopefully I'll be home soon. And the other one is my buddy, Dion. He and his family have been through a tough time here lately, and I just wanted to let him know that he's been in my thoughts and prayers, and I hope he and his family are doing really well.
Yeah, so thank you for this. And what we're going to do today, we're going to play a couple of matches, maybe more, and we're going to discuss things, talk about things. You're going to ask me questions. I'm going to pick some questions from the comments in the chat. We're going to answer them, and the comments that we read during the stream, their authors will receive, I think, Ravena, because why not? And don't forget to include your ID with your post, with your comments, or with your question. And you, if you're lucky, you'll receive this by Monday or so. So I need to add you to my squad, and we can go into battle immediately.
Yes.
So,
send me the invites. It's time to own.
Yes.
Got it.
Got it. We can begin. No, I only have just sent you an invitation, and you just accepted it, and we can begin.
All right.
So,
make sure you boost up.
Thing.
Make sure you boost up. We got to win these games. We got to look good doing this. All right.
Okay.
Let me get
I'm going
all
to
the
do
boosters, all 8.
This. I also still have some honor boosters left, but I'm not going to use them because I'm a great person.
Hey, I get 2% from those, so you might want to activate those. I need those special dev boosters you talked about too. We're gonna need those as well because there's only two of us.
No. I mean, no. I could actually use them, but I'm not going to do this because these boosters that I have still left, they're like leftovers from where they were actually available, and I'm just not. I'm trying not to use them without any particular reason to do so. And usually there's no reason.
So what you're saying is
So, yeah.
no hacks. We have no hacks right now.
No hacks.
Okay,
No hacks
that's
today.
okay.
No.
I'm not sure I agreed to that. Where you at? Is that you? All right, let's go.
That's me.
Let's do this.
I'll try to cover you with my Aegis. No, I won't because you're way faster than I am.
Yeah, let these dudes shoot you. Let them focus on you. Protect me. Let me kill these guys.
Yeah. By the way, do you know that we are going to add cryo weapons to workshop at next week, basically?
Yeah, I am excited
levels.
about that. That will be awesome.
I actually wanted to make an announcement out of this, like during the stream. I died like really horribly. It was like a very useless death on my side because I really wanted to say about those cryo weapons. But yeah, consider this as
That's okay.
announcement that cryo weapons will be available in workshop at what month is this? Like at April 14th, next week.
Yeah, you have more important
So,
things to do than help me win this game. You got to get the word out to the people here.
Yeah. I'm going to just run away and get my third kill on this blitz.
Yeah, I'm on the left side.
Yeah. And speaking of cryo weapons, we are also going to have the next 20 daily quests, daily tasks starting this Sunday. Right now there are tasks for Ryan, and starting next week there will be tasks for cryo. 20 tasks. Every single task gives you 600 components, which is, I think, pretty okay, especially for what they'll ask to do. Not much, just one day, first win of the day, and you get them. 20 tasks, 20 of those 600 components, and eventually, if you complete all 20 of those, you will receive 12,000 components, which a little bit more than one full weapon. Okay, this leech just ate away two of my guns, which is kind of terrible, but I don't care. I'm just going to grab the whole beacon.
Yeah, we're just we're clearly getting our rear ends handed to us here, so we're just going to say that this is our warm up session here.
Yeah, definitely.
You stretch before you lift type thing. So.
And looking at how much smoke my blitz produces, I'm kind of warmed up already.
I definitely need a few more rounds to warm up.
Okay.
So I had all these other questions that I was going to ask you, and then we dropped the big bomb.
I mean, you start with important things first. I mean, no, everything is important, but I really want to say about this because before people actually, like, people just joined the stream, and this is like the best time to talk about this stuff.
Yeah,
so,
I figure. Yeah, we need to.
We'll leave before we get to this.
Yeah, we need to kind of address it. The new honor system. So, do you want to kind of like explain that and like what's going on? Because I know people are seeing.
Let's do this.
Yeah, they're seeing some things, and I know not all of it is like their favorite thing. Silver payouts from what I'm seeing, I played all day today. They're a lot lower in Champion League, and it definitely has it's created a lot of concern amongst the players because upgrades are expensive. It takes a lot of silver. And then now it's like where silver's been reduced. So if you could kind of explain that.
Yeah, I'm really glad that you asked this question because I also wanted to talk about this a little bit. Because I'll try to slow down a little bit. Okay, squad is not ready. You're not ready. Should we go into the fight or should we talk about this? I think I'll try to talk and play at the same time.
Yeah, whatever you want to do.
All ready? Okay, I need to invite you back.
Did it kick me?
So.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, or you
So,
can just explain it so you can focus, whatever you want to do.
let's do this. So the story with the new honor and silver system. It's like the elephant in the room, something that we actually needed to discuss on this dev stream because yeah, sure, we need. Something doesn't work. Sent you an invitation. Okay, I just go back to my hangar and we're going to address this topic and then we'll go to the next match because this way.
Yeah, this way we
I'll
can.
be able to explain this more fluidly.
You can focus
Okay, let's
without
do this.
getting our face ripped off.
So, silver situation. As we promised, yes, right, 2 days ago from today, obviously, we changed the silver payout system. So all the silver that you receive before it was based exclusively on damage. And worth noting that the formula that was counting the amount of silver that you receive, like it was a total black box for us. We had no idea how it works. We had no idea how to tune it, so it actually produces like the result that is predictable and that is actually like affectable by some like levers that we have. As we were moving all the things that are present in the game, like all the systems, for example, like battle rewards, or for example, operation experience or pilots, their experience, we tied this neatly to the honor system. So honor became some kind of like integral metric of your performance in the game. And it made a lot of sense to use the same metric as a baseline, as a base metric to base your silver payouts on. Because it doesn't count only your damage, but also like damage you deal, but also the amount of beacons you capture, also the healing you done. The damage counter also includes healing, but kind of scratchy way. You don't know which part of this damage you deal is actually damage and which one is actually healing. So we use honor as a way to explain why you receive this amount of silver. So if we actually went to the battle results, I could show how it works right now. But I mean, if you go to the battle results of any of your matches, you can see the same. So there are multiple categories for which you receive honor. For example, you can receive honor for dealing damage, of course, for getting top 3 for like kills or for beacons captured, or so on and so forth. For beacons, for slaying titans, for spawning titans, and so on. And every single honor point you receive converts to silver. 1 honor point gives you 200 silver. And what did it lead to? First, this kind of affected multiple leagues in terms of how much silver people receive. And looking at data, you can see that the most affected league by this change was Champion, and this is what you actually said.
Yeah,
like people in Champion League like suffer from decreased silver payouts. And for all the other leagues, for example, like all the other leagues from bronze, from private up to masters, they have like kind of the same amount of silver from every match, kind of the same amount of honor. So what has actually changed? Lots of things. I mean, main reason why silver payout in champions was changed is that the new system doesn't what's the right word? Doesn't put as much emphasis on damage dealt as on other categories. And people in champion, they deal more damage than anyone else in the game, because there are people who deal like 6 million damage per battle, or like 5 million damage per battle, or this kind of amount. And this is where like most prevalent tactics come from. I mean, this was like the very, very, very big reason why when we try to introduce new playstyles like support robots or robots that are focused around like defending their teammates like tanks and others, they were not as preferable because people didn't see any reason to use them because you don't deal enough damage playing on these robots. Because you cannot farm effectively while playing like Bulwark, for example, or maybe you cannot farm as effectively when playing Mander or Wayland or something like this. And this is when we realized. This was when we realized English is very tricky language to speak on because I'm not native.
Your English is better than my Russian for sure.
Yeah, that's what I hear like very often.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
We could try running the stream on Russian, but this would be.
Let's not. Let's stick with English.
Let's try to stick in with English. So, this is when we realized that we need to push the focus away from just pure damage dealing to actually doing something else. I mean, so you can get silver for grabbing beacons, for killing titans. Right now, this is what we can do. Or, for example, we didn't have titans like a year ago. But anyway, that's what I mean. Or healing and so on. And yeah, this is where this system idea came from. And I'm sorry I'm not accepting this challenge because I'm trying to focus on actually talking. And we reintroduced this. And of course, this hit those people who invested into like pure damage dealing builds really hard. And probably this will be the bad news for some of you who do, for example, Aomin build and things like this. Full leech angers, focused purely on damage. But yeah, this moving this emphasis from damage to other categories is actually the intended effect of the chain. This is kind of like long-term thing that we wanted to do. I mean, these people will adapt with time, and we are actually expecting this to happen. And while this is happening, we are also going to monitor the system like pretty closely. But this is one of the things that I think we need to accept right now, because this is how we want the game to be played. Not just focused on damage, but on all the other play styles that are present in the game. So no, not just how do I say? I mean, you can always go for like Aomin builds or like Leech builds or something like this, but this is not necessarily what brings you to actually having a good game of war robots. And we won't incentivize all the other playstyles in the game.
Right.
And
so this was
match it.
This was basically a shot at like diversifying gameplay and not just being so solely focused on damage. Because I know they kind of did the reclass on like, you know, we don't do light and medium and heavy robots anymore. There's like, you know, there's damage dealers, support, tanks, you know, stuff like that. I would be curious to know from like the guys in the stream, from guys like in lower leagues. I don't know what the payouts are like, so I'd be curious to know. Like, are you seeing a big difference? Like, if you're in Diamond or Master or whatever? Because I know in Champion, you know, first world problems, but Champion, it's definitely significantly lower. And like we were talking about earlier, a lot of times the matchmaking in Champion is so intense and the matches are so close that some of these tasks are kind of harder to do. Like, you know, you might not get like 9 beacons, you know, to come away with a bunch of silver. Your job might be to hold down spawn. You might get 1 or 2 beacons the entire game. But I took a screenshot earlier. I had like 2.6 million damage. You know, this is nothing amazing. It was like 2.6, 6 kills, 4 beacons. With VIP and a silver booster, it was like 766,000 silver. So I would suggest, like, you know, maybe taking a look. I know you guys are going to monitor it, you know, over the days and weeks to come, but champion play is kind of a different beast. So maybe look at, you know, the way that those matches are played and maybe tweak that just a little bit. And then I also kind of wanted to drop like a suggestion, or if guys are looking to grind silver, at least anecdotally, free for all looks like it's yielding a lot of silver. I know guys like if you're familiar with Islander, I know he was posting some screenshots earlier that he was making a lot of silver in the matches he was running in free-for-all. So if you guys are looking to kind of grind and kind of, as you adapt to this new system, take a look at free-for-all.
Yeah. First of all, like, thank you for all these suggestions for people, because, I mean, these changes that we introduced, we realized that they're going to impact gameplay, especially in higher leagues, like, pretty significantly. And we're going to pay a really close attention to how all those games are played. But yeah, this is the shot that we decided to take to see how it will turn out, because we realized that in the long run, this will yield much better and much more diverse games in higher leagues. I hope what I'm saying, it makes sense, because
I'm hoping that we could it would be fair to say that like tweaks could be forthcoming, because I know like every system we've basically introduced, like it's the initial installation of the system is like, oh my God, what's going on? But then eventually it sort of seems to get ironed out usually.
I'm watching. Sorry.
Okay. I was just gonna say I had several other suggestions. If they are looking for ideas, like you could add like more silver to what you're pulling out of the crates. And on that point, people should know, if they're not following on Facebook or whatever, you should get through your crates faster, because the master crate and the champion crate now take fewer honor points to achieve. So maybe bump up the silver for those that's available in them. Maybe increase the VIP bonus, since people are paying for it. We could maybe like up that bonus. And just a couple of things that, maybe the devs can look at, because it definitely seems like it could use some tweaks there, because I know upgrades are expensive with the new economy. It takes a lot to get some of these weapons to max level.
I'm taking notes here, so yeah, I will definitely bring Jeff's attention to this. I mean, this is what I'm doing like for a couple of days. Because, like, there are really heated discussions ongoing. Like, I mean, not very heated, because of course we expected this kind of thing to happen, and we are like every single day, like every single hour, we are churning the numbers. And among other things that we have tweaked over the last couple of days, we actually noticed the significant unintended fall off in turns, for example, in Masters and in low champions, with Silver and with Honor. Because how the Honor, like new Honor distribution, is intended to work is that you receive the same amount of honor as before in average match. Yes, there was a question. I'm trying to follow the chat. There was a question by Carlson SKU. He asks, Tofsla, this is not fair. You decrease the honor payouts for top damage, top kills, and top healing from 400 to 340. This is a nerf to honor. Yeah, so this is where I actually am going to explain how it right now works. So you receive a little bit less for every single category, but there are more categories right now in total. So think like Titan spawning, Titan healing, damage deal to Titans. They are like all new, and they are also count to your total honor payouts. And yeah, so the weight of one particular category is lower at this point, but in total, you are going to receive about the same amount of honor as before. But if you struggle with this, even if you receive less, we actually tuned all the other systems that actually use honor in their calculations, like things like battle rewards, battle chests, things like Pilots XP. You receive more for every honor points, like conversion rate is better now. And also daily tasks. If you receive less honor, then like completing these daily tasks that require you to get honor becomes harder. So that's why we made them require less honor to complete. So we keep tuning these things. And like today we increased the yield over every single category by about 5 or 10% for Masters and Champions. So
Yeah, so safe to say that like y'all are going to keep an eye on it, and I think there's definitely a balance to be struck there, because it's if those are the game mechanics that that they want to push, where more team based, role based play. It makes sense in that regard. I just think that there's probably a couple of things we could do too to make it where it isn't such a huge impact. Because I know we noticed it, like we were playing earlier this morning, and guys are putting in a ton of work, and then it's like, oh man, I only got like 700,000 silver. Dang, So definitely, it sounds like champion could be adjusted. But yeah, I'd be curious to know what people in the lower leagues are seeing, and if it is indeed the same. So I know you had a bunch of other stuff that you wanted to cover. We had some other announcements and things.
I want to highlight one thing that you just said. And I'm also very curious about your experience lower leagues, because again, we have lots of data on our hands, because we can see like average silver gain per battle for all the players in the match, and we can try to nail it to go down like to individual players and see how much they receive. And after we took a look at lower leagues up to masters, and their silver gains are pretty much the same at this point.
Okay.
However, we don't hear too often from them. So if you are playing not in champions but in other leagues, please let us know how's your experience currently. What's your current experience? What do you feel? Did you notice any change, and so on and so forth? Because we actually need this kind of feedback as well.
Yeah, and
this is only one thing that we can see.
I would add on to that too, like hit up guys like Adrian and Kitty and stuff, and leave comments on their channels, because we talk every day, and we're seeing the same thing you guys are, and we feel the same way about it. So if you can tell us what you're seeing, we don't all play in the same leagues, obviously. If you can kind of communicate that to us, we can pass that on, and hopefully get it to something where everybody can be happy. Because I would just say, having played this game since 2014, it's normally like the initial rollout of things. It's tough sledding sometimes. It's the stuff going on the developers' end. I mean, I wouldn't want to be responsible for it. And then the players just kind of see like, okay, how does this negatively impact me? But it seems like usually we get to some sort of medium that is reasonably acceptable, to an extent. So the more feedback we can get, the more we can pass on. And I love the game. I just want to get it to a place where as many people are happy as possible.
And talking about the first reaction of people to see how this affects me negatively, it makes a lot of sense. I have a long history of releasing things and not communicating properly for what those things are, how they are going to affect people, and what is the reason why we are actually introducing this. And this makes a lot of sense why people are skeptical about certain things. And probably again, how we rolled out the system is kind of suboptimal, but we're still learning, and we're learning how to approach these things correctly. So first, there's a tough balance to be preserved. On one hand, you have to, this is a very lovely Phantom Squad running around there and trying to...
Yeah, we're losing again, brother. We need those dev tools. Let's get those dev tools going. We need to...
No, not today. Not today.
You're not going
to... there's...
Go ahead.
There's a tough balance between trying to make the new info and announcement approachable and actually making sense for people who are not very deep into the game, but also deep enough so there are no questions or nothing that is left untouched. So it's a very tough thing, but we're learning, and hopefully we're getting better at this.
Yeah, what I would say too is that I know from talking to you over the last couple of days, getting ready for this, yourself and Anna have definitely been working quite a bit to try to manage this. If you guys if you didn't know, they don't make these decisions. Like Anna and Tofsla, they just kind of get their marching orders of hey, go explain this, or go reveal this to the community.
Well, this is not entirely the case. There are some things that we actually help making, help doing, and so on and so forth. But yeah, the thing is, like War Robots is like a huge game. It's like very big, and there are lots of people that are playing it. Some people are vocal, some people who say lots of things in social media, and some that are completely silent. And this is like, especially like it's an interesting thing. And yeah, handling this stuff and trying to make all the things that we introduce to the game and try to make it so it is understood well enough, it's a tough challenge in itself. So especially when you're a Russian company
Yeah.
and you're trying to communicate in English with everyone.
I was trying to throw you some cover there, but you didn't take it. That's okay though. Okay, so you heard it. We can blame Tofsla for all this stuff now.
You can blame me for anything. You can
come at me, bro.
Everything. Yes.
I was
not come at me.
I was gonna tell people, don't sharpen your pitchforks and light your torches just yet. But I think you heard it from Tofsla. I think he's ready for it.
Yeah, I can take it.
He can take
because
it
this is my work. This is my work. This is what I'm supposed to be doing, and this is what I'm actually trying to do my best at. Because what is the role of community manager? I mean, at least how I see it at this point. The role of community manager is to make everyone's experience, no matter what's going on in the game, no matter what's going on with the actual game, with like the product, make everyone's experience and make everyone's time of everyone who's playing it like the best possible, like the best experience possible, give it to everyone. And no matter what happens, no matter where try and make it so everyone feels good about themselves and like has a great day, a great time. So yeah, this is like the work of mine. This is what I'm trying to do.
Plus, with your new haircut, you're more aerodynamic. So I feel like you're gonna cut through this stuff a lot more, with greater ease than maybe before when you had that hair. Because you're definitely you're looking smooth up top, brother.
It's just a photo because it's been a while since I had this haircut. We're sitting at home here right now, and I haven't seen my hairdresser for quite a while. So I'm looking like I'm entering the cave mode or caveman mode.
It seems like you definitely saw a hairdresser at least recently, and it might be they might have overdone it a little bit. Are we going to win this game? Is this happening right now? Is this
It is going to happen. Probably. But I'm not going to go there. We're just going to hold these breeze.
Like
but is it going to be enough?
I'm pumped right now. I think you got to win, to maintain your rep. You got to win at least like one game here.
Yeah, I think so. Anyway, is there something else that you wanted to discuss? I think we can go to the topic of like silver or community management or something like this after we go later on to like the chat and try to get some questions from there, because I believe people are going to be pretty active there. But
yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, let's win this game. I'm sure people have like more questions about that stuff. I had a whole laundry list of stuff that I wanted to cover, so hopefully we'll get more time. But that latest thing kind of dropped, so I figured we better hit on that first and hopefully do our best to explain it to try to hopefully get some positive feedback, and we don't want to just burn the place down. We want to try to get the devs some feedback that they can actually use.
Yeah, let's do this.
Let's win this game, and then I want to ask about some other kind of pressing issues and different things. Some of the stuff we discussed the other day a little bit.
Yes.
I got a plasma Ming over here. He's not looking at me, so that's pretty cool. I'm kind of eating his face right now. Yep, I'm over here, buddy. What's up? What's up? Come get some freedom. Come get this.
It seems that I'm going to. No, I'm not going to die here. No, I'm going to die, definitely.
Where are you? What bot are you in right now? Did you run the bots that I told you to run? You didn't, did you?
No.
Titan Slayer.
All right, there's only one guy left. I feel like.
Yeah, there's 4 of us, and there's one last guy in their team.
I'm gonna grab. I'm gonna grab this beacon so it looks like I was a team player.
Yeah. I'll do the same. I'm just like flying all over the map.
This is the time to plus up the numbers for sure.
Okay.
Let's make it look good. Let's get you on top of the scoreboard here.
I am grabbing the center beacon.
Haha, cha-ching. Yeah, a lot of people don't know I actually get 50 cents every time you say that. A lot of people aren't aware of that. Oh my god, did we kill everybody? Oh, yes. Oh, it's amazing. It feels so good.
We will. Okay, so are we going to go questions first and then go into battle, or
let's
start the battle and then do some questions?
Let's do some questions. If everybody's cool with that, I mean, if you want to see us to continue to play badly, we could do that. But I find it easier to focus when we're not actively getting our faces torn off.
I think there's some fun in that because we can play like as terribly as we want because it's
okay. If you're authorized, all right. I'm getting a pass.
People don't come to Devstream to see a good gameplay. People come to Devstream for answers.
Okay. That sounds good to me because they're definitely not seeing it from me right now. So yeah, you can drop again. I'm gonna reboost though because oh my goodness, bad squad etiquette. You dropped without checking for boosters, brother.
Yeah. Sorry.
Tofsla, we had our pre-mission briefing here and everything. We talked about this. It's all right. Now I'm going so slow without my speed booster.
Even though I took a look at my boosters and I actually wanted to use one, at least maybe two, maybe three, maybe more, but then I realized that I don't need to boost. I don't need boosters.
What? But I'm in the squad. You need to run all 8 because then I get all my like little 2%. Since you got to think about me is the thing.
Yeah. I'm sorry about this because it's me being like egotistical person that I am. Like, no, I don't need boosters. I'm just going to show off and win without them because.
I like your moxie. It's good. But we are going to reboost after this match.
Yeah, it's good for me.
Yeah.
It's bad for everyone else.
Yeah. Oh, good lord. This is a Natasha over here. This is, I'm having a bout of nostalgia. Yeah, I did have some other questions, some other issues that we kind of wanted to get to. Let me see if I can eat this dude's face real quick, and I'll look at my notes. I have notes. Made lots of notes.
Okay.
Oh, die, Natasha. Oh, there he is. He's dead. Certain bots trigger me. Natasha's, Spectres, the dang Ares. Ooh, if I see an Ares, oh man, I'll lose my composure.
Why Natasha? Why Natasha? Out of all the robots? Why this one?
Because he's so slow. And he just and he hangs back, and he's always like, he's ranging me with they touch me with those fluxes. Oh, so angry when the fluxes touch me.
For some reason, our home beacon is not taken. It's red for some weird reason.
Nobody capped it. It's not important, fellas. Don't worry about that. That actually reminds me of a question I was going to ask. Randoms. Good lord, they're terrible here with the server merger, because I think we increased our sample size of humans, so naturally the curve went down here. I'm thinking maybe I could get a module that guarantees me awesome randoms. What do you think the possibility of that is? Just stack the deck.
Don't give this idea to our team.
Can we pass that? Can the president get that immediately? Because I need it.
I think this is not very good for what's the right word for representation, because usually whenever this kind of question gets raised, is that people from iOS, they say that people from Android, they are the problem, but when this comes to people from Android, they say this is people from iOS is the problem. It's
you blame whoever's not there. You know who I blame? Amazon. Yeah. I'm blaming Amazon.
It's some kind of chauvinism or something like this. Is there word this in?
I don't think it's chauvinism, no. But there could. I think maybe bias is what you're looking for.
Bias.
Yeah, I blame Amazon. Don't tell anybody I said that.
Oh yeah, Amazon. I mean, there were not too many Amazon players to begin with, and at least now they are having like great time because they have like a huge sample pool of players. They actually have someone to match with in champions. Oh no, 3 of them. I'm just going to hide behind this rock.
Did
10 seconds.
Amazon players out there, or if there's any in this, did you all get your minds blown, or what? You're like,
I'm
whoa.
really happy for Amazon players. Actually. Okay, there are 2 of them coming to our beacon, and I'm going to protect it with my lovely little Ravena bow. And I'm going to use my ability again, not to get stressed, and then I'm going to remove this little tiny Spectre out of equation, and I'm going to kill this invader as well. I won't alone here, but I'm going to pretend like this was all me and no one else.
Yeah, that's what you do.
But yeah,
if you don't have the truth,
your question.
Yeah, definitely lie. Yeah.
Answering your question, no, we are not going to add a module that is going to opponents because
that's terrible.
Everyone thinks that, or good teammates, because everyone thinks always that their teammates are terrible. Like, judging by my experience in other multiplayer games, this is what happens like always. Like, any team is good. Your team, for some reason, is always bad. And I know that feel because I have it always.
How about a module that caps all the beacons for me? What do you think? What are the chances? Like
well,
just
maybe after
instantly caps.
Yeah, that is going. First, we are going to introduce the module to kill the enemy robots by one press of the button, like 2,000 power cells, and you're set. You're good to go.
That's what I need. I need something that targets Titans specifically.
Same for me, because, yeah, you just said that.
I feel like we could almost win this game. Like, I feel like...
yeah, it's a close one. It's a really close one.
I feel like I've killed 40 people here. We got 4 minutes. We could bring this back from the brink. We're not going to mention this. They got a dead stick player in their spawn right now. We're not going to talk about that guy. We're just going to pretend like he's in the game.
Oh. He just recently done that because I've seen him like a couple of minutes before. He did well. He actually tried to dish out some damage and take some beacons, but
so what you're saying is we broke his spirit. That's what how I'm taking that.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I mean, maybe all those talks about like power cells, like this module that instantly kills 4 robots. This is what broke him. Or her.
Yeah, or my terrible gameplay. One of the two.
We gotta talk more about this kind of stuff. Like, what else? What terrible idea? Do you have anything else? Like,
I'm full of terrible ideas for sure. Yeah, that's not a problem. We could go all night with that.
Throw them at me. Throw them at me. How do they say usually? Like, thank you for your idea. Pass it to our.
Yeah, I think like there's one dude left. Let's like win this game, and then I'll hit you with some real questions. And I'd also be curious to see. I'm on like such a bad connection, so I can't see what people are saying in the chat. So I'd be curious to see what they're asking about too.
You are doing pretty good for a person who has a really bad connection. So
it's like you ever see anybody run with a parachute tied to them? It's kind of like that. When you play with this much lag, you just naturally have to be better because I'm getting everything like 3 seconds after it actually happens. Like this game could be over right now, I wouldn't know it. I'm still fighting somebody.
It's like playing with additional, it's like running with additional weights or trying to
exactly
with your hands tied behind your back or
something
like this.
Oh my
and
goodness.
This handicap, you actually become much better than anyone.
Don't look now, but 2 in a row, folks.
Yeah.
Watch out. Plus, I like this time of day because none of the people that hate me can time drop against me. I think they're all like eating lunch or something. So, that's a good thing too.
I'm going to leave the squad and I'm going to check my operation progress, and I think we can go to our. Okay, I'm level 64. Going to collect these power cells because I can do this. So what? I'm trying to go to the chat and maybe we're going to answer some questions.
Yeah, by all
And
means. Yeah, certainly. You're only 64 in the operation. You need to play more there, dog.
yeah, I definitely do. Okay, the question, one question by Nox WR Gaming. When is the new community map coming, sir? Okay, new community map. Have you heard of it, by the way?
The community map.
Map?
Are we talking about
Yeah.
that factory? That one that kind of looks like.
No.
This is a
Factory
new
is
one.
going to- yeah, new one. The factory is going to arrive in the after the next update in 6.1. At this point, it's planned for like the update after the next one.
Oh wow.
But community map is the map that we were making with like Facebook and all the like social media people. We were making polls where people could choose what kind of map it is going to be, what kind of special things are going to be on these maps. For example, things like teleporters, maybe things like I don't know, like environmental hazards. People picked actually teleporters, so they are going to be teleporters there. And yeah, the new map, the community map, we are definitely going to by the end of the year, maybe the fall, like October, November. We're still running some polls on our official social media, and right now we just concluded the contest for like the landmark on this map. So people were coming up with like landmark concepts for these maps, and we have like 6 finalists, and now their works are our artists are looking at them and like they're weighting like all the pros and cons for these landmarks. Which one will fit them up the best? Which one are actually make sense from the lore standpoint? And like around this next week, we will actually tell everyone who's the winner is.
Oh okay. Yeah, that's awesome. That's you're breaking news to me right there. I wasn't even tracking that. That's amazing.
It's an interesting, very, very interesting thing. And yeah, planned release date for the community is fall this year. Like autumn. Okay, question by WYYZ Gaming. Will there be a new teleporting? And when will Raven and Nightingale be? When will Raven and Nightingale shop? Unfortunately, I don't have the date for them, but I have dates for cryo weapons, and they will be available in workshop on April 14th, next week. Will there be a new teleporting robot? Yes, there will be a new teleporting robot. Devstream, I think I said that there was going to be a teleporting Titan. Don't listen to me. That's not true. I think.
Please, not a teleporting Titan.
There's no teleporting Titan in plans, at least at this point. At least at this point. But eventually, there might be one.
Oh my god! Could I just have like a 200-foot tall Phantom? Because that would be pretty awesome. And then like a super Titan, like a Titanic Phantom. Write that one down because I love my Phantom. I got that Stellar Phantom. I'm maxing it out right now, and I can't wait to run that thing. I love it.
You just gave me a new skirmish idea.
Hey, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. But only if like my face is painted on the front of it. I think it needs to be truly terrifying. So if you put my face on it, yeah.
I hope some of our game designers listen to our depth. Because last time we were discussing something like this with Kitty, with Ben from Kitty WR channel. We were discussing adding the Kitty pilot, and the next test server we had Kitty pilot, who was actually Thomas Mindread with cat ears and the ability that makes shoots deal like few 1000% more damage with every shot, but have like 1 HP or something like this.
Yeah, I saw it. I was super jealous of that. That was a really cool image y'all created for that. He had little flamey ears, and he was holding like a. It was kind of disturbing, but it was like a cat's head in his hand. But whatever floats your boat.
Oh yeah. Okay, next question by Funny Fenrir YouTube. Hey Tofsla, if the limited edition robots get the 10% durability buff, then shouldn't be limited edition weapons get at least 5% damage buff? We were thinking about this, but with weapons it's a little bit different in terms of balancing, because I think there are reasons that we were discussing, but I cannot go too deep into that, because like giving damage buff to weapons is more affecting way more than just weakened durability of robot. This is possible. Maybe we'll get back to this topic, but at least right now we did discuss this like seriously. But maybe we'll get back to it.
That's a great question. That was something that was on my mind as well. Looking at like they're amazing looking. I love just running them just because they're so cool looking. We definitely need more weapons that's like a screaming eagle's head. With all sorts of nasty business, like just shooting out of that, just killing as many people as possible. Those are my favorites. I love that. Good question though. Would it sort of upset the game balance? It's hard to say. I think defense with the legendary bots, that's an easy one to do. 10%, more hit points or whatever. Damage, that's a big ask.
Because if we talk about robots, increasing, like, they are not just about their durability, they are not just about their hit point. There's a lot more. Like there's their speed, there's their ability, there's damage of their ability, there's like effect of their ability. There's a lot that's going on. But if we talk about weapons, it's mostly about damage. I mean, there are some effects like freeze or lockdown. Yeah, the main part is damage. If we start tweaking damage, it has a much higher effect. It definitely cannot set the value.
Yeah,
we're looking into it.
Yeah, the consequences are further reaching there for sure. I just thought it was cool that like the flames come out a different color. The one thing, I swear to God, it's shooting bats at me or something. I don't know what that thing is, but it looks like bats are coming right at my face. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Okay, next question by Robbie Kennedy. Skirmish of all titans. It's not like the question, but it's more like a suggestion. Titan skirmish sounds fun, but the fun thing is, I think right now we don't have the technology to support titans in skirmish. We need to do some things to make it work, but at some point I believe we are going to make this. Not very soon, but maybe at some point. Question by Flinky Boss. How about some HR Geiger style skins like Alien? This is the question I really love. Because like just before the stream we were discussing the old movies like from 80s or 70s, like old like Hellraiser, like Robocop, like all the other stuff, like Alien of course. And yeah, adding like Alien style skin is a really like paint job or special edition or something like this is like a really something that we could look into.
Yeah, that's something you could play off of, kind of like y'all did the Iron Man Avengers skin. It's called like Marvelous or something like that. You could definitely play off of that theme. What that reminds me of is the Eldritch Ares. When I saw that thing, that is by far the coolest model in the game. Like whoever designed that model, they killed it. Like that dude definitely deserves, like a bottle of vodka or something.
I have it here. Yeah. I have it somewhere.
You have his vodka? Because you should give it to him because that thing is sick.
I don't think I will be able to give anything physical to anyone for the upcoming couple of weeks because of the quarantine, but I'm going to do this once we actually see each other again in person. Tell him I said awesome job. That does lead me to a enormously momentous and important question on the subject of vodka. Is it true that in the office there, Pixonic HQ, y'all put vodka in the water cooler? This is just something that I've heard.
It might have come from Adrian, maybe not. But it's a dirty rumor going around. Is it vodka in there or is it water? What's going on? Tell us the truth.
Well, I wish it was true. Maybe it was. It could be at least. I don't know. I'm going to. I'd like to keep it going as some kind of like urban legend that.
I mean,
Sonic and
yeah.
That any other like Russian development team that is actually doing something. I don't have Eldritch Arrows in my hangar in my inventory. I need to fix this like ASAP. Damn. Okay, no. Unfortunately, not. But it could be a really fun thing to have. But no, regulations make us do it the way don't drink at work, and we actually don't do this. Never.
Shattering my illusions of what it's like to work in Russia.
I'm really
Terrible.
sorry about this.
Terrible.
I'm really sorry. So yeah, if you ever dreamed about working in Russian game development company because they drink vodka all day and all night, unfortunately, you were misled. We're just regular game developers doing regular game development without any like mind stimulants or alcohol or something like this.
Saving it for the weekend, huh?
Yeah.
There you
Next
go.
question. Why didn't you name the Raven pilot? Okay, some context. Some context. Yeah. Lottie Rose is a community member. Is a very great Griffin and Raven player, and it's been like this way for quite a while, and she's really famous. And yeah, there's a pilot for Griffin who's called, I don't remember, Michelle Dubois, I believe. And the question is, why didn't we name her after Lottie Rose? There's just one like, there was one like politic that we tried hard to stick to not use any real names of people in the game. Like, but I don't know if this is going to be like changed right now because there's obviously pilots that we have in the game, but there was a different kind of stuff because we are talking to Adrian very often. We are not talking very often to Lottie Rose, so it was simpler this way. So, but maybe later on we're going to try this kind of stuff with some other pilots. Maybe we will even add some pilots named after community members. Because why the heck not?
Yeah, I think that would be awesome. I think fans of the game would love to be kind of memorialized, in their favorite game. I mean, that's kind of every gamer's dream.
Yeah. I think we are going to just answer like a couple more questions, and then we will wrap up this stream. Wrap this stream up. How do you say this?
Wrap it up.
Wrap it up. Okay. I need to actually work a little bit on my streaming voice because you sound way better than streaming because I'm like.
Well, it's not your native language, brother. So I think we can give you a pass there.
No, you shouldn't give me a pass. The fact that this is not my native language doesn't allow me to speak like I don't know, like whatever. Anyway, I need to work on my streaming voice. I'm going to. Okay, next question. Hey Tofsla, we will. No, really. Hey Tofsla, will we see a Golem successor, and will there be a special edition of Blitz? Question by Pranjit Saikya Game. Sorry if I pronounce it wrong. Will there be a Golem successor? Depending on what you believe being Golem's like biggest feature, because for me it's Golem's ability to shoot corners like really well. And if we talk about this, I believe there will. But anyway, we're not making new robots strictly based after certain robots that we had previously. Maybe there will be some elements of Golem. I mean, you can see some influences in I think, Ravana, although some may suggest that this is not, this is more of a Bulgasari and less of a Golem, but still. Anyway, and will there be a special edition of Blitz? And here I can give you an answer, yes. Stay tuned for the news on the next operation, because, yeah, there were already some, what's the word? Again, I forgot it. People were already discussing the Blitz Special Edition picture that was running around India, and it's actually...
It's happening. It's happening, people. Breaking news.
Thank you.
I know a lot of people that really like that bot. I don't have one. I've never played it, but I know people that have a great affinity for that robot, so it must be pretty awesome.
Okay, I've been challenged, and I pressed the button, click accept. Should we fight? I think we can do this, because why the heck not?
All right. I'll coach you through it.
Yeah, you can watch on the stream how I'm going to be demolished. And a couple more questions. Since I've accepted this challenge quite recklessly, I have no idea what to expect, but at least it's going to be fun, maybe.
You want to revisit that answer about the vodka? Is that what's going on? Is that what made you press those buttons?
No, I'm not. Don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone. Again, the question about the map. I'm still waiting for enemy team, so it seems that is this challenge going to actually happen? I don't know. Hey Tofsla, when will the new game, and what's the name of it, by Tepos Tacos WR? The new map will be implemented in the update 6.1, and the name of it is Factory. And I'm in the match. Let's go. Let's go. 1v1. Like real man. Question by Ritwik Ranjan. I'm trying to read and capture this beacon at the same time. Asks, Tofsla, is there a Loki pilot coming in the next update? Not in the next update, but we have Loki pilot repaired.
Nice.
For you. By the way, do you have any other questions? Since we're still since I'm trying to fight this guy and you're just watching.
Yeah, I was gonna try to help you, but I can definitely distract you with some more questions because I mean we covered the silver thing as best we could. But I had a bunch of other stuff that I think that has also been on the mind of the community. I think we talked about a little bit about lag, and I know a lot of us experience. Now, obviously, my connection is a joke, so I'm not a good example. But there does seem to be, with all the additions to the game, there's increased lag or lack of fidelity in matches sometimes. Are there any plans are they going to take a pass at that or take a look and try to do something to maybe like up the server connectivity and the overall quality of the fidelity in the matches?
This is something that usually takes a while because these things require us to do lots of work behind the scenes. And this is like ongoing process that was happening for quite a while, and we're working every single update. We're doing something on our backend. We're changing something, and for some people things improve. For some people they don't, and this is normal. And still this year improving everything, including like server connection, including okay, could you please take some damage from me? Thank you. Improving like client side of things, and there's going to be a huge announcement regarding very soon, like in a couple of weeks.
Oh yeah.
Tops. Yeah. So yeah, we're working on this. We're going to improve this stuff, and you're going to hear about this very freaking soon. Stay tuned.
Okay, so how about platinum? I know platinum is like is a big deal. It is the rarest commodity in the game. It's super hard to get. Now, one point of good news with this newest honor system is that y'all reduced the amount of honor required to get your daily platinum tasks, it looks like. So it looks like you're going to get that 30 a day, maybe like a little quicker than what you, or more easily than you normally would. Are there any plans to offer up like more avenues to earn platinum? You know, say like including it in operations, or maybe increasing the amount that we get daily for like the grinders, that are kind of going through like the day-to-day slog of like trying to get that next weapon or trying to get that next level upgraded on their Titan.
First of all, we're going to include platinum in the next operation.
Okay, awesome.
Yes. Second, we are also going to do something for the next. I'm going to lose this match super freaking terribly. And
What?
He's not going to
No!
even spend one of his outjunes. I don't even know what the rest of the hangar is. So yeah, I got demolished.
Dev
Terrible.
tools activate.
No, not today.
Spawn Ao
I'm
Ming.
going to try hard. No.
Terrible. Terrible.
No.
What's the point of having that power if you don't abuse it?
I don't know. Maybe. I believe in karma or something like this.
What
Maybe.
goes around comes
Yeah.
around.
Yes. Anyway, I'm just trying to. Just to show off. Maybe there's a chance. Maybe there's some miracle that I can rely upon that might help me. But yeah. No chance.
No.
At least right now,
That's a
I'm on
loss.
my Arthur, and this Arthur is going to die. And this is a great showcase that you can win using only skill and nothing else. And the next you see in War Robot South Asia is Aojun is going to be terribly nerfed because Tofsla got really mad on the Devstream.
No, don't nerf my Aojun. Don't nerf it.
I'm going to blame me because I got wrecked on the Devstream. I'm going to nerf. This is when I'm going to use all of my dev tools and all of my influence over everything. Blame me.
That's what I'm talking about. Abuse of power. I like where your head's at. On the subject of Titans and Aojuns, I know that the Aojun is coming up for a balance. It's going to get a little slower, I think, in the air. I would just say that, like, to take into consideration. Oh, another one? Yeah, because they're super good.
Yeah.
And they're like the most effective like anti-Titan weapon, that we have. So
Okay, now I'm going to win. I'm sorry. Now
are you winning now?
I have my last tier left, and I have anti-stealth built into this, and I'm going to at least deal some damage to this.
This is terribly exciting.
Yeah, this is terribly exciting.
I thought you lost already.
Well,
You're still in it, huh?
technically, I've already lost. Technically, yes. This is what happened. Okay. Great game. Thank you for challenging me for this duel. This was terribly, what's the right word? Humiliating. But I still feel good about myself because I still managed to do some damage to this.
You made him use more than one bot. That's small victories.
Yes.
There you go.
I made a screenshot of your ID. Thank you for the game. Thank you for challenging me. Thank you for making me feel terrible. Is there a word that actually describes? It's like bittersweet. That describes your situation when you feel terrible, when you feel mad, but you still feel good about like.
You could
It was
do
fun at the very least.
You could do bittersweet. I was gonna go with inadequate, but yeah, I mean,
Oh, yes.
take
That's a good one.
bittersweet. Take bittersweet. On the Titans,
Okay, I'm going.
are you ready for another super serious question?
Yes, I think it's going to be the last one, and we're going to wrap this stream up this time for real.
Excellent. Yeah, just real quick on the subject of Titans. They are dominating the meta right now. So a lot of players are kind of concerned about, like, it's kind of like, back in ancient times we had WWR. Some of you people don't remember that. It was walking war robots. Now it's just war robots. And it was like walking war rhinos, because rhinos were the dominant meta robot. So everybody had like 5 rhinos. So right now it's kind of like it's Arthurs and Mings. Are there any plans to kind of like maybe adjust, how soon in a match you can drop a Titan? Because right now I can drop it as my second bot almost every game. So it's kind of taken away from that balanced team play we were discussing earlier. So I was curious if there are any plans to sort of push that back maybe deeper into the game. Like, you can't drop a Titan in the first 6 minutes, or increasing whatever that little that meter is to fill your Titan bar. Maybe stretching that bad boy out so it's not so Titan dominant so early.
This is exactly what we've done the last couple of, because like 2 or 3 weeks ago, like Titan meter required you to acquire like, I think like 30% less charge than it requires right now. So we actually made it longer, like in a stealth mode, kinda. So
Okay.
on our data, it actually made it so Titans started to come into the match at more manageable time. Perhaps this is not enough, so we keep looking into this. We keep following the feedback, because since the last time we introduced this change, we didn't hear much about this. So yeah, we want more feedback. So tell us.
Yeah, I think that's definitely one. Again, like, go to those channels and let the guys know, because I think the community, at least the guys that I kind of run with, we feel like they're coming too early in the match. I see it. It's an awesome game mechanic. Like, when I came back to the game, I thought it was this is so cool. This the walking building, or this flying space fortress. This is awesome. It seems like it needs to kind of come be like a fourth quarter option, like towards the end type thing, instead of like up front. A lot of people are they're running a bot just so they can drop their Titan second, and it's kind of detracting from that quality gameplay. So that's interesting. I didn't know that it had already been adjusted to push it back deeper into the match. So yeah, if they watch that and maybe make another adjustment, I think that'd be great.
Yeah, we keep looking into this, so expect more fine-tuning in the future.
All right, sounds good.
So, are we ready to end this dev stream? I think I'm going to answer the last one.
Let's do it. Let's give some more stuff away. Give out some more free stuff.
One last one. Okay, there's a good question that I really want to answer, because we don't have enough Dino Squad questions. And I really enjoy freaking Dino Squad. We actually had a dev stream yesterday. You can go to Dino Squad's channel and check this out, because we were explaining lots of stuff about Dino Squad and lots of stuff about how it actually works and how it's different to War Robots. So if you want to know more, go check this out. And yeah, the question is from Moonstar. Hey Tofsla and Center Beacon, when is Dino Squad beta version finally releasing? Okay, so the plan is for Dino Squad is to first, right now there's a closed beta right now, and it is going to end on Monday. So there are like 3 more days for you to try the game in the closed beta, and then there will be 2 more weeks when we'll be fixing final bugs, maybe doing some balance changes and so on and so forth, when the game will be unavailable. And after that, it will be open for everyone around, I believe, April 30th or April 29th, so around that time. So yes, this is when Dino Squad will be available for everyone, and all the progress that you managed to get during the closed beta is going to be transferred to the full version. So if you play right now and if you connect your progress to your Google Play or App Store account, everything is going to be saved and it's going to be preserved and going to be moved to the full version. So that's it.
Awesome.
I believe this was the last question.
Sounds good.
Let's finish this.
Let's do it.
Let's finish the stream.
Let's wrap it up.
Okay. Yeah, let's wrap it up.
Let's take our wins and get out of here.
Let's wrap it up. I still need to work on my stream anyway. Okay. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you for watching. Thank you for asking your question. And thank you, Warlock from the Center Beacon channel, for joining us on this Devstream. And where we can find more of your stuff, Warlock. And what are your plans for the upcoming videos? Can you spoil a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me. My pleasure. You know, I had a really good conversation, good time, and we actually won some games, which I was not expecting, so that was awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, you can just...
And I got demolished.
Well, you gave it a good effort, though, you know. We'll talk about your hangar. We'll talk about that after the stream. We'll discuss it a little more in detail. But yeah, if people want to check out some of my stuff, you know, YouTube / the Center Beacon. And I am not the most prodigious content creator, you know, LOL. I don't make videos that often. I tend to only focus on stuff I'm super interested in. So you won't get a video from me like, you know, 9 times a week. But I do put a lot of effort into what I put out because I really want to try to shortcut people to like what they want to like invest in, you know, time, energy, stuff like that, and demonstrate it, you know, so they don't have to waste time and effort, you know, on something that's not going to be good or a build that, you know, doesn't end up playing that well for them. So put a lot of energy into them. So anybody who stops by, super appreciate it. As for upcoming videos, I'm actually, a long time ago, I used to do a podcast called The Warcast, where I would talk to guys like Adrian, and also a bit of good news, Stupendous is back with the game as well. So he's playing and making videos. Stu is a super awesome guy. Love him. One of the nicest guys you'll ever talk to. And so we've got some plans to kind of do some things together, some podcasting and stuff like that. So, you know, just really enjoying the game and having a great time kind of being back in the community.
And by the way, the link to the channel, to your channel, is in this. So guys, if you want to go check more stuff, go to this Devstream description and subscribe and watch more of his stuff.
Awesome, thank you, appreciate that.
There's a great things, lots of them. So yeah, and the last video is Atomizer review.
Yeah, baby, atomizers.
Oh crap, atomizers. Okay, Warlock, thank you for coming, and viewers, thank you for watching.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys. Thanks for showing up. Appreciate it.
Thanks. Okay, and have a great time, guys. Stay safe, and we'll see you on the next War Robots Devstream. And now I need to find the button that will allow me to stop streaming, and I'm just going to stall a little bit because I have no idea where this button is. I mean, I know where it is, but I don't know on which tab it is open. Okay, I found it. Guys, thank you for watching. See you on the next War Robots Devstream.